And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to EdTech Mixed Plate. This is episode 32. We've been gone for a while. It's been a busy 2015, but we're back right before the EdTechTeam Hawaii Google Summit, and we want to bring you a sneak peek at some of the sessions being presented by some local talent here in Hawaii. So let's get through introductions first. Share things for our audience sharing. So I'll start with myself. I'm Mike Fricano. Hi, everyone. I'm a tech integration specialist at Iolani School here in Hawaii and a authorized Google education trainer. How about we start from the left? Chad, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Chad Nacapuy. I work for the Department of Education. I'm a Google trainer as well.
And Kimble.
Aloha, everybody. My name is Kimble. I'm an instructional technology specialist at Kamehameha Schools, Kapalama campus.
And apparently a musician. And Linda.
Hi there, I am Linda Lindsay, and I am a GCT, Google Certified Teacher, and just recently a Google Education Trainer.
Wow.
Same with Chad. They both got it at the same time, right?
Pretty much.
Congrats on that. All right, Megan.
I'm Megan Cummings, Tech Coordinator at Halikula Elementary School.
And Shane, end it for us.
I am the Curriculum Technology Coordinator, Shane Asselstine, from Mominani Elementary.
All right. So we got quite a panel tonight. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Appreciate your willingness to share and give your shameless plugs. So just a couple of things for our audience out there. If you look at my lower thirds right here, you can visit EdTech Mixplate website at bit.ly/edtechmixplate. We archive all of our episodes along with our show notes. We have a schedule for future episodes, and if you want to join the mailing list or ask us a question, we have a handy form located on the website, so check that out. And if you're interested in tonight's show notes, you can go here, at bit.ly/mixedplate. So what we share with you tonight will be located on this publicly accessible document. And if you want to add any of your own information, feel free to add a comment to the document. Commenting is available for the public. And tell us what session you're looking forward to in the document, if you wouldn't mind. So bit.ly/mixedplate30. We'll keep that up for a little while. Okay, so I think all of us are presenting at least one session at the Hawaii Summit. Hopefully you were lucky enough to snag a ticket. I think we're a plus attendees this year. That's a pretty big number. I think the biggest so far in the history of Hawaii Google Summit. And there's quite a waiting list, unfortunately. So there's lots of people who want to go but can't. But if you are attending, we look forward to seeing you there. And we want to give you a little sneak peek at some of the sessions that you may be interested in attending on Friday and Saturday. So we're going to start with Chad. He's going to share the session that he'll be presenting. Go ahead, Chad.
Okay, so let me share my screen real quick.
Go for it.
All right, so the session I'm doing is Google Presentations, the most important app for teachers. And as you can see, the presentation is all done because there's just one slide. So let me unshare my screen and tell you guys what I'm going to be doing.
Progress.
Yeah. So Google Presentations, when I do a lot of training for Google, and a lot of people always ask me, like, what's the first app that I should start with? And oftentimes I tell them Google Presentations. You know, there's a lot of things that you can do with Google Presentations. Everything from that's the simplest website in the world for a teacher to use for their classroom to doing a lot of shared and collaborative work. and using that presentation space for it. I also touch on SAM-R in this session. The 4 levels of SAM-R: substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition, and give you examples of the use of SAM-R. So I think, Mike, you're doing something like that as well, or you've done it in the past.
Yeah, I'll be presenting on SAM-R at the Google Summit. I'll talk more about that when it's my turn. But.
Okay, so that's kind of some things to expect in my presentation. But I think a lot of people underestimate what you can do with Google Slides, and really, your kids don't even need a Google account to access a lot of the things that we're going to show you. So if you're interested and you're just starting with Google and you need an app to just kind of get your foot in the door and use Google, come to my presentation. It'll be a lot better than the Minecraft presentation by Shane.
Ooh, he's throwing it out there early, throwing the punches, and we mute Chad. Cool. Yeah. So Slides is extremely versatile. It's not that great on the iPad, unfortunately, but that'll change eventually. But the web-based version is you can do a lot of things with it. So
when is your
looking forward to
presentation?
that session. Yeah.
Unfortunately, my presentation is the exact same time as usual as the Iron Chef. I can never attend Megan's and Mike's Iron Chef because it's like always at the exact same time.
So I guess because so many people are going to go to Iron Chef, they're going to miss out on your presentation, Chad.
That's why my presentation is going to be empty. Yeah.
Megan will share a little bit more about Iron Chef in just a little bit. But thanks for giving us a sneak peek, Chad. Looks like a pretty cool session there. Appreciate it. Okay, so next up on the list is Linda, our Chrome goddess. Tell us about your Chrome presentation, Linda.
I do love Chrome. When I did the education trainer, I did it as my specialty. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm getting a little bit of feedback, so it's a little weird. Yeah, so I really am a fan of Chrome. I am a fan of Chrome extensions, and so that's what my presentation is going to be about. I'm putting together a thing link of 33 extensions that I have researched and love, and not only will we be looking at that, we'll be looking at the actual Chrome extension ecosystem, how it works, how you find extensions, how you manage them, how they work native to the browser, which is really one of the cool things about them. You don't have to go outside. That's one of their features. Ways to find, and then I'll be asking participants to share ones that they have. So what I'm hoping by the end of the 50 minutes or an hour is that person who comes will have a good understanding of what Chrome extensions do, how they can find ones that they like, because my 33 that I've found, yes, there are 4-star or better and are proven, but they may not be the ones that you choose for yourself. And I'm also going to be talking about how it can be used in the classroom. So it won't just be like a slam, it will be why. Why do we use the Chrome extensions? They're definitely not the only way to go, but being that they're in Chrome, they're right there, there are a lot of things that you can do with them. So I am definitely a Chrome extension maniac, and I hope to convey that to the people who come. There are a couple of extensions that are surprises. It's going to be kind of fun. It'll be the last session of the last day, so you can come if you want to know about the extensions, or if it's not going to be really blowing your mind with difficult thinking, kind of like a happy hour of extensions, but also you'll have things that you can use on Monday and try it out with your kids, which is actually what I recommend. There'll be extensions that do a particular thing. There might be 2 or 3 of them. One of the things I'll recommend is that you ask the kids to decide what extension works for them. So it'll be cool. It'll be classroom related, not just what are the extensions. A lot of little other things in there. So I hope you come. Any questions?
Awesome. I love Chrome extensions.
Well, so do I.
They're so great. And they can
They're
do so
fun.
many great things.
I like that you can turn them on and off at
I
will.
always love when I get a chance to super great. I always learn something new from you about the Chrome browser.
Thank you.
And I don't know if I'm able to attend your seminar. Hopefully I can.
No,
I bought myself a
you can't.
Chromebook.
You can't
About a
because
week
you're
or
presenting at the same time, Michael.
two. Oh.
But there will be resources.
Cool. Before we, Linda.
Sorry, you're going in and out for me.
Oh, am I breaking out?
For me, I don't know about anybody else.
How's everyone else's audio? You guys okay?
Everybody's good.
Anybody
Could
else
be
there?
just me.
Oh, okay. You all look frozen to me. Shane's there. Kimble, Chad, are you guys there?
I'm here. I'm
Megan?
here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. Yep, check.
I'm good. I'm here.
Cool. Before we move on, I just wanted to briefly, I forgot to mention at the beginning, but the Q&A is active. I see Peggy George is in there. Thanks for joining us, Peggy. Peggy said they just finished up this yesterday and today. So the EdTech team must be moving on to Hawaii next. So thanks for joining us, Peggy. And Anne is in the Q&A. And we'll see her at the summit at the end of this week. Thanks for joining us, Anne. Peggy has a good question for you, Linda, really quick. She says, why would you turn Chrome extensions on and off?
Because if you have too many of them on, they can bog your browser down. Although I haven't had that trouble. But some people say that, well, depending on the extension that you have on, how much memory it needs. It's kind of a double-edged sword because extensions speed up things, but they can also slow down things. So you personally will have to make a decision about what you want to do for a particular task that you want done.
Yeah, I've definitely I've run into issues of my Chrome browser slowing down, and what helped out was turning off some of the extensions that I don't normally use.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would be my answer to that question as well, that it prevents the sluggishness that you can get sometimes.
And I have a killer app that can do that, turn them on and off. Don't say what
I was going to mention it, but I was like, I'm going to hold back because I'm pretty sure you're going to share that one.
Don't say it. You're going to spill the beans.
I won't say anything.
Yeah. Thanks, Michael. Michael's always
thanks
step
for
ahead
sharing
of
yours.
me. You're welcome.
All right, Kimble, you are up. Tell us what you're going to be presenting at the Google Summit.
Oh, can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. Okay if I share a screen here?
Go for it.
Okay, so this is kind of a revamped version of a previous presentation on UDL, which is a topic I'm really passionate about. And there's three main things about UDL. It's providing multiple means of representation, multiple means of action and expression, and multiple means of engagement. And Google Apps for Education is certainly the platform for providing all of these avenues for our learners. And so UDL, I'll go through this really quickly, is just a framework that helps us, like Linda was saying, just giving us the why. Frameworks are just kind of like a common language for, much like the SAM-R, like Chad was saying, to discuss and to present what's going on in the classroom. But at the heart of UDL, our purpose is to make things barrier-free. So Google Apps can certainly play a critical role for that. And in fact, I'm excited share with everybody here, and in the presentation too. I'm working with a local nonprofit to provide assistance to students who have chronic illness and are often at the hospital. And so Google Apps plays a perfect platform for connecting these kids, not only with the content, but with the peers and experts themselves. So this is a great way and a great framework for breaking down those barriers. And what I'd like to also share in my presentation is CAST.org. They are a phenomenal organization that helps provide a lot of research for the why behind UDL and why we're using technology in education. So I'm going to present a little video by CAST and kind of go over some of the up-and-coming brain research and how it ties into technology. Again, if you haven't already, I highly encourage bookmarking CAST.org. And then in the presentation, I'm going to go through more of the guidelines and specifics of UDL. But at the heart of it, it's also, as I was mentioning, being barrier-free, but also empowering students with options. And as Linda was saying, that's exactly what Google Apps can do by giving us choice to fit the tool which works best for them. There's also a neat document called the UDL checklist, which I've converted into a Google Doc, so participants can make a copy of this and use for their own kind of instructional planning and coaching. This is a really cool document because it's hyperlinked with neat examples of how UDL, what it looks like in action. And so this can be applicable through K-12 and even higher ed. So I'm going to share a few additional resources, one of my mentors, and there's a cool movement out there with respect to tying in assistive technology with Google Apps for Education. And I'm going to share a couple of sites. And another new mentor, this is in addition to all of my Google gurus right here. This dude right here, Eric Kurtz, is a really phenomenal Google guru. Yeah. And so I'm really borrowing heavily from his resources here. So I really want to give credit for credit for you. If you haven't seen this webinar, it's mind-blowing. It's really phenomenal on how we can empower our learners with Google Apps. And he goes into a lot of cool websites, and I'll share these as well. And also, there's actually a Chrome assistive technology toolkit community out there, and toolkit itself, which helps people build assistive technologies with a lot of cool Google tools. And for beginners, don't be intimidated by all this. I'm going to go over some of the basics within Chrome, how you can make things a little more customizable to your students' needs, or also your needs too. Within Chrome itself, Gmail, YouTube, Hangouts, and a couple of other cool Google tools, as well as extensions and add-ons. And so Google's constantly evolving, so UDL research can certainly evolve with that, and I think it's a neat time for it to come together. So if you'd like to learn more, please check out my presentation.
Awesome. For sharing that, Kimble. Yeah, Eric Kurtz puts on some great webinars. I think he does one almost every week.
Yeah. He's with an organization
those webinars.
With Spark. I think they're in the mainland. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Kimble. Appreciate that. Very interesting stuff. All right, Shane, you're up. Minecraft Guru. So what are you presenting?
Nothing about Minecraft. No, just kidding. Actually, I took a look at. I was just taking a look at the schedule, and I noticed, as much as Chad wants to think that his is more entertaining, I think I'm probably the only one presenting where people are going to come in and play a game in my session too. So I'm actually going to combine what I've been doing around the islands lately, which is, of course, Minecraft and how it's used as a learning tool, but how I also implemented Google Apps this year with it to enhance what I've already been doing in the classrooms to engage my learners and my students. So we'll be featuring 3 of the projects we've been working on this year, which have not been exposed at all this year, so nobody knows about these projects. I've just been working on them. One of them being my 3rd graders retelling stories within Minecraft, rebuilding the settings. They're going to do characters. They're going to tell a story. So basically recreating a 3-dimensional version of their books. My 4th graders are going to be working on, or are working on, creating a zoo with area and perimeter being the focus, math concepts, and then also budgeting. They've each been given $1 million to create their zoo and buy all their animals and their personnel and everything. Interesting, some of the way they're spending their money. And my 5th grade is working on scientific experiments in the EDP, and to the end being that they're creating an actual roller coaster that's going to be entertaining, as well as use the process and the things that they've discovered through the experiments. So I'm going to be showing that off all through a custom map that I actually worked on this week with 2 of my students have worked on it with me. So if you're interested in getting your hands wet in some Minecraft stuff and you're up for the challenge, you want to come through and see what we're doing, and I think you should come by. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll be in the Digital Media Lab.
Cool. Playing games in your session. That sounds exciting. I always love listening to things you're doing with your kids in Minecraft.
Thanks.
Awesome. Before we move on, I just want to jump into the Q&A. Got a little bit of chat going on in there. Peggy George shared the link to the Arizona Google Summit schedule and resources. We'll add that to the show notes, most definitely. It's always great checking out what's going on in other states, what kinds of things they're doing. So we'll get that in there. Thanks for sharing that, Peggy. And let's see, Peggy also, she said Kimble's slide presentation was private, but I think, Kimble, you had my site in your resource website link, so I removed that. And that's private. That's private for now. We'll remove the block on it when we get closer to the summit. Okay. So let's see. After Shane is Megan. I'm super excited to be helping Megan with the Iron Summit. So I'm going to let Megan explain how this fantastic opportunity is going to work.
Okay.
Blows everybody else's session out.
Let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. Sorry if you hear crying in the background. That's he's having a little bit of a trouble right now. Okay, let's go. Share there.
Hey, Shane, one quick question. Joanne's asking if they should have Minecraft EDU downloaded for your session.
No, actually, I worked it out with Gabe Yanagihara, and I'm actually, because I'm in the Digital Media Lab, he already has Minecraft EDU installed, so we're good to go. We're going to have 25 computers, and I expect to see them all filled up. And sorry, Chad, but, totally see. And we actually have my 2 kids that are coming. They've set up the map, so it's actually one student versus the other student, so they want their teams to be more powerful than the others. So come on and help my students. Cool. And encourage them.
Cool. So devices will be provided for your session, yeah? Okay. All right, Megan.
All right. So we're going to do Iron Chef Google, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you just a short bit of it. If you want to challenge yourself during the summit, then you come to this session. It's actually going to be 2 sessions this time. We had 1 session at Schools of the Future, but this time around we're going to do 2 sessions. And the first session we'll do, you'll go ahead and you'll get your challenge with some secret ingredients, and then you'll have an opportunity to collaborate and communicate and do some critical thinking and creativity during this workshop. We are looking to give, I believe it is 3 strands: getting going, gearing up, and getting geeky. So you can get 3 badges from this session. The resource is right here. This is our resource site, and I'll give you a sneak peek of our challenge. So as soon as the site comes up, we can go ahead and take a look at that. Anyone taking a look now will be able to go ahead and get that sneak peek of that challenge. I'm sorry, my network's a little slow. But the secret ingredients are still secret until the very first session. So our mixed plate challenge is going to be develop a project with integrated content areas and the ISTE standards for students. That's going to be the challenge. Basically how this works is you're going to come in and you're going to, you'll work with a team and you'll come up with a project and you will have to present. But what's really exciting about this time around, Mike got special guest judges. So maybe Mike, maybe you can go ahead and share a little about that.
Yeah, so on the second day, on Saturday, we'll have part 2 of Iron Chef, and that'll be the presentations and judging round. So we're going to have 3 special guest judges. Jenny, who is our keynote on Saturday, I believe. She's going to be a judge. And Molly from EdTechTeam. And Robert, who is a GEG leader from, I want to say Kansas, I believe. He's flying in with a team of his from the mainland. And so they're going to be our guest judges. That should be pretty exciting.
Okay, I don't want to give too much away about it, but it is going to be fun.
Yeah, I think, too, even if you don't plan on attending the first one, we hope you do. But if you don't, but you just want to see the presentations, come to the second one and just be part of the audience. And we're going to open up public voting as well. So we're going to have some judge scores and some public scores. We're going
Right. So day one, I forgot to mention. Day one, it's Friday. It's Friday, March 20th, at 3 to 4 p.m. in W312, right? And day 2, the presentations are at 10 to 11 in W21. I'm not exactly sure. Is that right? W21? I might be wrong.
Is it? No, it's 212, I think.
212.
It's on the main schedule.
Part 2 is 207.
Oh, 207. Yeah, they may have switched things around. So some stuff's still being finalized. So don't trust it yet.
Okay. I might
Just
have to make some,
look for the names. Don't look for the rooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is, I mean, fully collaborative, 100% hands-on, working with state and maybe even people from the mainland. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, definitely come down. Looking forward to that. And it's modeled after the Iron Chef from ISTE that Megan and I attended 2 years ago. But this will have, of course, a Google. It'll be focused on Google a little more than past Iron Chefs.
Yes.
So should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. I'm excited. Okay, thanks for sharing that, Megan.
Oh, thanks.
Appreciate it. All right, so I'm up, right? Did I miss anybody? No, I'm up. Okay. Let me share my screen. I'm presenting several times at the summit this year. Co-presenting with a couple people. I'll be with Megan and Iron Chef. Looking forward to that. And I'm going to co-present with a friend of mine and former coworker, Elizabeth Ewan. We're going to be doing a Getting Started with Google Classroom session. So if there's anybody out there who has not dived into a brand new Google app called Google Classroom to help manage your classroom workflow, then we'll give you a hands-on session where we'll take you into classroom as a student. You can see what that's like from the student perspective. And we'll also take you in and give you some time as a teacher as well and help you create your first classroom. So that's called Getting Started with Google Classroom. So that should be fun. And I don't believe the link is live yet. We've got that locked down for now. We're still working on some things, but it should be ready by Friday. So check that out. There's a couple of different sessions on the schedule for Google Classrooms. So you may have several new apps, and one of those opportunities to check that out. Sessions on my own. Some of these I've done in other conferences and summits this past year, but one that I did present at Schools of the Future, and I'm presenting again at Google Summit, is called Redefining Learning in a Google Apps Classroom. And as Chad mentioned earlier when he was talking about SAMR, that's a session that I'm doing. I'm also focusing on the SAMR model. So if you know a little bit about SAMR, I'm going to talk about SAMR and how Google Apps can factor into that model of trying to redefine learning in your classroom and what that looks like with Google Apps for Education. And I'm going to give you plenty of examples of how a variety of Google Apps can take the learning in your classroom and your lessons to the redefinition stage of the SAMR model. So I have plenty of examples. We're going to play a game in my session as well with Kahoot. We're going to play a Kahoot game, which will be a lot of fun. That's Redefining Learning in a Google Apps Classroom. And one that I love doing is called Revolutionize the Research Process with Google Drive. And Google Drive has a lot of tools, add-ons, and so on that can aid in the research process for students. And I'm going to take you through a hands-on session of how those tools work and how you and your students can use them in the classroom for the research process. And I have a bonus Chrome extension that I've just tossed in there that is really cool. Hopefully Linda's not sharing it in her session. Maybe she is. But I just tossed that in there. So it's a really cool Chrome extension that I find can be very useful in the research process. So I'm going to be sharing that as well. And then my third session I'll be doing is called Google Apps for the iPad, a quick-fire showcase. So I think there are over 30 Google Apps for the iPad. I'm not going to be sharing all of them. I'm going to be sharing about 25 Google Apps for the iPad. And it's just going to be kind of a quick-fire showcase of these 25 apps and what they do and how you can use them in the classroom with your students. And and all my links are in my Summit documents if you want to check those out. And I'm not too sure when those sessions are, but you can take a look at the schedule. And talking about the schedule, if I can show everybody out there the website GAF, where you can find the program, the schedule for Friday and Saturday. Here is the simple breakdown of day 1 and day 2. A couple keynotes going on. Breakfast and lunch will be served. There will be a demo slam at the end of day 1. Is anybody participating in the demo slam? Chad, Linda, Shane?
I thought about it. Just
But
for
you're
a
not
second.
sure yet?
And then I got over it.
But that should be fun. It's like a.
I am still
Yeah.
open to it. How about you, Michael?
I
Chad
passed
both
on
did
it.
one. Aw.
Yeah, we did one last year.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it's
Takes a
fun.
lot
If you
of-
guys can stay,
It's
all you
not fun.
attendees out there can stay. It's
Takes
fun.
a lot of guts to go up there.
It's
It's fun to
nerve-wracking.
watch.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. It's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, so it's a fun little competition where each person has about 3 minutes, I think, to present a quick a cool, quick tip that you can do in Google Apps, and slam. So the best tip wins based on public. So if you guys can stay till 5:30 at the demo slam as well, so stay for that. It should be a lot of fun. And then there's the full schedule, the breakdown, which you can view here. This is a Google spreadsheet. Speakers. You have links to all of their summit documents with their resources and information, which is what I was accessing earlier. So that's all laid out there for all attendees. So you might want to bookmark that, and you may want to start planning which sessions you want to go to. Hopefully they're ours. I did want to ask, I didn't want to interrupt anybody earlier, but I think, they asked us this when proposals were first open. We haven't received much information beyond that, but there's supposed to be an option to gamify your sessions and receive badges at completing a task or a challenge. So are any of you presenters planning on including or some kind of challenge or gamifying your session for a badge? Are you guys doing that?
Is it too late?
Go ahead, Kimble.
I don't know. I mean, there was no, like when you submitted, there was no question to ask if you're gamifying. I think it's just if you chose those hashtags, getting geeky or going Google or whatever, then.
Those are worth the badges. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think those are. If you have a challenge that your attendees will complete, then they'll give you like a little sticker badge to give to those attendees that complete it. So,
okay, so if we have a hashtag already, we could do a last-minute challenge.
I think. I mean, I don't know if they're going to clarify that with us at the beginning of Friday or what. I've squeezed in a challenge for each of my sessions. What?
I thought all of the hashtags had a challenge.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it seemed like an option, but then it didn't. Then when you submitted your proposal, it wasn't really an option. It just chose.
Do the challenges have guidelines?
No.
No.
Because I've got 4 challenges in my Minecraft map, and all 4 of them require to use Google Apps.
I think you can definitely give out badges at the end of your session. Of course, Iron Chef will get your badge at the end if you present your project.
Well, I think we are going to do 3 badges, right? So we broke it down.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
I see for your Iron Chef, I'm seeing getting going, gearing up, and getting geeky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe we'll
look
find
forward
out.
to. Yeah.
Find out more about it.
If it's still, well, hopefully presenters will find out more about it. If it's still a go,
So
then attendees have an option to.
How does this work? So we're going to collect badges and we will submit something, or what? How does it work?
That's why I have no idea.
I don't know.
Okay.
No other information has been shared with us since the process. So.
Okay.
That may or may not happen. I'm not too sure yet.
Yeah, so you think we're going to find more information later? Because I have no idea.
Yeah.
Mine will be something like
you may or may not have something to look forward to.
Mine will be, please get to Shane.
A post-it?
Yeah. All my attendees are going to find Shane and give him this. You say, I went to Chad's session.
I will know because it's
You have never earned your badge.
I'm going to send somebody to your session wearing my Minecraft creeper helmet.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
All right, so we're done with the sharing portion of our session. So with the time we have left, I just wanted to go through the schedule and talk about any sessions that you guys are looking forward to attending or sneaking a peek at. Do you guys have any that you're looking forward to that you want to share?
I'm a big fan of Jay Atwood.
Which one?
So Jay Atwood, he's kind of famous for making all of those tutorial videos on YouTube. I saw him at the ISTE conference that all of us went to. I think that's where I first saw him, and I learned about him. And then I went and I kind of followed him on YouTube and the tutorials he posts. He takes a lot of the complicated things of Google and makes it a lot easier. So I'm really looking forward to meeting him in person and then seeing some of the things that he's learning about. Yep, that's him right there.
Yeah.
What happened to Mike? Hey, Mike, where'd you go?
Frozen?
Maybe Mikey's up or something.
Anybody else want to share?
Well, I wanted to mention that when I go to a conference, a lot of the times I'll look at who's presenting.
Am I here? Am I back?
Whoops.
We were just carrying on without you. Oh, he's gone again.
Okay. I always look for who's presenting, so I wanted to put a couple names out there that I'm really looking forward
I think I
to.
froze.
Am I talking to myself?
Nope, we can hear
Who's
you.
that?
Go for it.
Okay. Okay. Juan DeLuca. Anything he presents, I would probably be there. He is amazing on Google Plus, and he's very, very generous with what he knows very much. And also Jenny Magera. She and I were in the same Google cohort, Google Teacher Academy cohort, and she is up and coming dynamo. She's going national a lot. She is an amazing, whatever she does is like top notch. So I would recommend going to see anything she does, except for the time that she's in conflict with me, of course. But if I had a choice, I'd go see her. But she has actually several sessions. And yeah, those two people. I usually look at the people I know and see. But other than that, I'm pretty open. Uh-oh, there went Michael.
Our host.
Our host. He'll be back.
We have Megan. She's a backup.
Here he comes.
Okay, so what happens when this happens and he's and Mike and you have it on live and we cut out? Then does it continue?
I have no idea.
I think he has like about 5 minutes or 10 minutes to come back on.
Oh, that's
hear me?
interesting.
Oh, he's still not there.
Am I back?
Yep, we can hear you.
Where am I?
Hello?
Well,
I'm
I don't
starting
know.
to hate this
My
Chromebook.
battery's about to. Oh, are you trying it on a Chromebook?
Oh, no wonder. Chromebook.
He's
Chromebooks are
all
good for other things.
Yes, but not.
You guys hear me
not
now?
a hangout.
Yeah.
Okay. Who? The heck? I guess I can't do Hangouts on a Chromebook anymore.
That's not a good advertisement.
No. It's a lot of
But
responsibility.
it says it's still live, so hopefully it's still live.
Yeah, it says live.
Yeah, it's
Okay, cool.
Greg Kent. Shout out to Greg Kent. He's watching live. He says we're still on.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Good. Good to know.
Greg
I guess
Kent.
I lost my connection for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, so Jay Outwood, Juan DeLuca, Kevin Brookhauser is going to be here. All great speakers. A couple of them do a podcast called the Google Educast, which you can find in the iTunes podcast list. They do a really good podcast on all things Google.
I know for
Did you guys catch
myself, I'm kind of looking forward to just increasing some of the things that I'm doing in the classroom already, going beyond. So, we haven't quite started using Sites or Blogger, and I do want to kind of get off of the system we're currently using, as it's kind of dated and it's not very nice to look at. So I'm thinking as a step forward, since we have all of our teachers doing doing a blog and wiki page on just on an Apple server, if we move them over to the Google Sites, they might have more, customization and make them look a little more attractive. So, looking for improving the communication between the school and the parents, using that kind of stuff. So, unfortunately, I'm not like most of you where you know a lot of these guys. I know Jim Sill from last year. He did a really good talk, and he's a really engaging speaker for the sessions that I saw from him. So that's kind of the things I'm looking forward to.
Cool. There's a really interesting session by James Sanders called How to Survive a Zombie Apocalypse with Google Apps. Anybody notice that?
Wow.
Unfortunately, I'm presenting during that session. I really want to go to it.
No,
Because
me
it sounds,
too.
I just love zombie films, so I'm just interested to see how he connects that to Google Apps. But that might be one to check out if you guys can.
That's a good example of having a great name for your presentation that brings people in the door.
Yeah.
Yes.
Super catchy. I got to start putting zombie in all my titles.
Yeah.
Not a badge. Next year.
What's that, Kimble?
Isn't that a badge? Maybe next year it is. Yeah, the zombie.
I think so, yeah. Zombie badge.
Yeah.
I wanted to put in a plug for Michael, who's doing Google Classroom. Michael's the guru for Google Classroom. You want to be there, and he's very well versed in it and can explain it really easily. He's like way up there as far as Google Classrooms. So if you're at all interested in that, that would be the one to go to, unless it's at the same time as mine.
Oh.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. Thank God. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anything else you guys want to add? Anything else you're looking forward to?
I think just the unexpected as well. There's always so many surprises there and takeaways, new friends too. Like you said, it's sad that it kind of there are people on waiting lists, but that's just a testament to the awesomeness of it. And they literally keep on doubling the size of it each year, right? So maybe next year with this demand, we can accommodate that and all the wait listers for sure.
It'll definitely be bigger next year. Sorry, Chad, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I've been talking to a lot of people that aren't in kind of this Google circle. We're all kind of together. We see each other at these things. And for the first time, like my friends that aren't really techie, that are in teaching, are going to come to this summit. And I'm kind of excited about that because that means, Google is going outside of the early adopters and really going mainstream. And, they're like, are you going to the Google Summit, Chad? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be there. And they're like, oh, I'm going too. And it's really amazing to see just how many people are just not techie, or this is going to be their first summit, because the first summit I went to, it just blew my mind. So I'm excited for them to see the things that they're going to learn and the things that they're going to take back and just be on fire for their school, to share with their staff and their students. Yeah,
Definitely. I mean, I think one of the things I look forward to the most is networking and seeing everybody, and that's what I'm really looking forward to, seeing everybody in person, saying hi and catching up, and for everybody else who's attending out there, feel free to stop us and say hi and ask us questions, and I'm more than happy to help and assist and connect with people. I'm looking forward to that the most.
So I'm asking the
And the
panel.
summit is a great place to do that.
I'm asking the panel.
Go ahead, Linda.
Anybody want anything from Maui?
Ooh.
Just you, Linda.
Oh no, I wasn't fishing at all. Maybe afterwards you can tell me. We have things like chocolate mochi,
Peanut butter.
Komodo donuts. Think about it.
Sounds good.
Donuts sound good.
Wow,
Think about it. Komodo donuts.
that's my kind
Cool.
of badge.
Okay,
Yeah.
they're way better than Krispy Kremes.
Yes.
Oh,
Guaranteed.
that's a challenge. So you'll have to bring Krispy Kreme too, so that we can compare the two.
Oh, I could. You want me to?
I'm just kidding. No worries.
No, go with the best. Komodo's is
Yeah.
the best. Okay, I shall bring some.
Cool. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us on EdTech Mixplate. I appreciate you coming on and sharing your sessions. Some great things. There's lots of other sessions on the schedule. We're just a small percentage of what's available. There's plenty of options to choose from, so make your choices wisely. And if you can't attend a session, go to the schedule and click on those summit documents, and hopefully most people will put their resources in their documents, and you can always check out their resources even if you can't attend. So do that. So it's a great idea. And EdTech Mixplate will be back on Sunday for our review episode. So once the summit is over, we're going to come back together and talk about all of what we've learned from the summit. So if you want to join us again then, find the event and RSVP, and we'll see you back here on, so we'll see you at the summit, and then we'll see you back here on Sunday. But that's all we have for you tonight. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Shane, Linda, Kimble, and Chad. We appreciate it. And don't forget, bit.ly/mixedplate32 is our show notes for tonight, and bit.ly/edtechmixedplate is our website where we'll have our this recording archived for later viewing. And with that, I bid you farewell until Friday. Bye, everyone.
Aloha.
Aloha. Have a good night.